I see spinning. You are live. Okay, here we go. Now, of course, would love to record this. Didn't know about that little detail. Let's see. Okay, I am live. We are live. Yes, okay. We're on the Facebook. It's happening. So welcome, everyone. This is a pleasure. I'm on with my dear friends, Viivika, Sophia, Kalma, and David Maria. And hi, guys. How are you?
We're wonderful. And I'm
Beautiful.
not speaking for her.
Okay. Viivika, how are you, dear?
Beyond the joyous, be here with you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
It's always a pleasure to be here with you, Lou.
Thank you, Brother David. A pleasure as well here. You guys are both in, just to give people a brief introduction, and I'll still figure if I can record this somehow, but I'm in Ireland, and David and Viivika are in Spain, and David has emigrated. Now we can say it's official, if I may, from Mount Shasta, California, which is a beautiful, beautiful spot, to the lovely hills of Spain. And how are you enjoying your new home there, David?
It's lovely to be here. Spain is an incredibly beautiful country. There's very potent energies that are here, and deep work, deep inner work. So leaving Mount Shasta was only the beginning of the surrendering that's going on.
Amen.
It's really lovely to be here.
Beautiful. And Viivika, how are you enjoying having a new playmate from the U.S. hanging out there?
I just wanted to say that it's really lovely that he is here.
It is really lovely to be here.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, can you tell us? You know, we're learning as we go here. So I know we're live on my Facebook page. That much is certain. Can you tell folks a little bit, give you a little introduction of yourselves and your work, my friends, if you wouldn't mind? I mean, I'll just say very briefly, these are two of the most loving and wonderful teachers I've ever met. And it's an honor to know both of them. And they both took incredible care of me, like their brother, which I know I am, when I was going through my healing crisis there a few years ago. So we're all saying it's jolly that things have gotten quite a bit better over the last few years, but they're both just amazing mystics and spiritual guides and wonderful teachers and friends of my soul. So how's that for a beginning?
It's pretty good.
It's brought tears to my eyes. Thank you.
Bless you. You're welcome, sweetheart. My pleasure. So over to you, my friends. How would you describe yourselves and your path at this time?
I don't know that we would.
Okay.
And by that, I mean, it was wonderful what you said, and it's all true. And at the same time, internally, inside myself, I still feel like the same person that I've always been. One of my persistent things that I have said sometimes is that I'm just folks. And all I've ever meant by that is we're just like you. We're just like everybody else. Yes, I know that we're different. We're unique, just like everybody is unique. But at our core, at the heart of everything, we are just like everybody else. We're just like you, Lou. Maybe with a little less salt and pepper in our hair, but other than that, less facial hair, but that doesn't mean anything. We're
Bless
just
you.
we're just people.
Absolutely. Viivika, your turn.
It's a
Can you tell we really don't really like to talk
It's-
about ourselves that much?
I understand.
especially now when everything what we believed, what we hold on as our identities or reflection of our human self is fading away, and it's the most hard thing to describe who you truly are in this now moment when everything is changing, everything is a really hard question, by the way, to answer in this moment when I feel such emptiness, such I feel that everything what I believed into, everything what I was, have fade away, and the very core that we all are is the only thing that left. So,
Okay.
and this core is love. This core is source.
And when you've become that stillness, I know it's possible to speak because I'm speaking now.
Yes.
That's the only reason that I know that it's possible to still speak. And yet, all that's really here is that stillness, that emptiness.
Okay. Well, let's talk about. Yeah. Sorry. Go on.
I just wanted to say that I about a few weeks ago I started to write my new bio, and I still I cannot still finish that. It's feel that there is only this core truth who we all are, and all these labels what we put to ourselves. Even yes, we still doing what we're doing, we're sharing what we are, our unique expression, but right now, the last weeks, last months, we really strongly felt with David only this core truth that we all are, this unity with all, and this is our core teachings, what we share. So
About love.
it's so simple.
Yes. Yes.
And you know, because you come to almost all of our classes and
Yeah.
offerings, is that that's what we share is what the journey that we're going through.
Mhm.
Yes.
All of the classes that we've offered in both other times and currently moving forward, they all have their root, they all have their heart in what we are personally going through and impersonally going through as we shed our personalities.
Yes.
As we let go of our identities, there's nobody left. So,
And before we started this interview, we just spoke about that, how we're losing our mind.
Yes. A very good topic these days. Many people can relate.
and my comment was, a mind is a beautiful thing to lose.
Yeah, at the same time, when we're merging with bigger mind or mind of
Higher mind.
higher mind,
Yeah.
the mind of source, whatever labels we our human self sometimes put into that, but it's really everything that every belief, every title, everything that have been somehow engaged or connected with our human mind. Right now, we're letting go all of that. We're surrendering all of that, and it really feels when there is this immense emptiness, and our human mind trying to grab on something familiar, but
Right.
there is nothing. This is our human mind sometimes like, oh, it's really it feels this almost terrifying feeling sometimes before we
Yes.
starting to feel this bigger self, bigger mind. So this
Yeah.
is what we meant by our we losing our mind, because all these survival fears and fears to lose our identities and everything. It's the fear is coming up, and we're starting to merge this with this bigger mind, the mind of source.
Right.
And sometimes our human mind is really reactive to that, and it really feels sometimes that when we're losing our identities, we're losing our mind, and that is our mind cannot grab to anything, that it cannot hold to anything, and all this what we believe, it's like reversed realities, and
Yeah.
when we merging with a higher mind, we see the truth from really different perspectives, and then it really feels like, is it really real? Our human mind is questioning everything. It cannot be real.
Right.
No,
Right.
this is what we meant by that. We're losing our mind. It's because human mind cannot comprehend that. Human mind always conditioned with this belief system, collective belief system, our personal belief system. And now when we're releasing all of that, it's like human mind cannot comprehend that. It's this bigger truth, what we're embedding right now as
Right.
collective.
Yeah.
And
No.
for all of
Sorry.
us, it takes a strong spirit to be willing to be able to let go.
Yeah.
And ironically, that usually means a strong ego, a strong personality that we've spent most of our lives developing and working with, and now we get to let it go too. We get to surrender it.
And our mind, human mind, trying to find something familiar, that there should be something that I know.
Anything.
Yeah.
Please don't take everything away from me. No,
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
don't get to keep any of it.
And it can be feel sometimes like memory lost also, that because there is some memories is just gone.
Yeah.
That we really don't need to take this package with us, and it feels like memory loss sometimes, that, oh, I know there is something, but I cannot remember that. There is only emptiness. So,
Yeah. Yeah. There's a great a great surrendering, isn't there? You know.
We're all going through it right now. Everybody's
Yeah.
going through it.
Yeah.
Even if they're not, they're still in these energies. They're so potent.
Yeah.
They're so potent with the opportunity to surrender.
Right.
everything that somehow limited our heart or our mind, it's dissolving, and we're feeling first this infinite expansion in our hearts, and then we're starting to feel the same in our mind, how it's just expanding more and more, and we can see from more wider and wider perspectives, and until there is no limitations anymore, and there is this beautiful state of neutral love, and this
Yeah.
is really amazing. And then you can be this I in the eye of how is it in
No,
English
I
now?
have a hurricane.
Yeah, eye
Yeah.
in the middle of the hurricane.
Right.
And as we spoke before with you, Lou, and this eye
Yeah.
in the middle of hurricane is an eye of source, all-seeing eye. And when we're merging this very center point of ourself in our heart, we're starting to see and feel everything from this perspective. It's like the very middle of this diamond, and every facet, every perspective is a different facet of the diamond. But when you're in the middle of the diamond, you can feel and see all these different perspectives.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, you feel also that you are not only this one facet. You are the diamond. You're the very, very center, very core truth of this very core truth of who you are. Because you are
Very
the
cool. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Big stuff. Big stuff. Yeah.
So the world right now is kind of like those planes that the Air Force sends into hurricanes. And
Yeah.
as they're flying in through all this turbulence, and the entire plane is just shaking like crazy. And then they break through into the center, and it's the most beautiful, still, calm space imaginable.
Right.
World's just going through the shaking aspect of it right now.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good metaphor. Yeah. Well, what I want people to know, guys, is that the the love and the wisdom and the energies that you bring through in your work together, especially in your groups like the upcoming one on Sunday, is really, again, reaching for words. It's just, I always go out. I always go unconscious during the guided meditations that the two of you bring through, and it's you're living in a particular vibration that I think is breaking new a new space for the rest of people to be moving into. As you say, you're not different from anyone else, and yet you do have experiences every day that are very profound and very, very mystical that most of us aren't living all the time. So there's that paradox, but you hold that space and you invite us into these conversations and these great energies with you, and with the energies that you bring through, that really do open us up. So I just want people to have an understanding of what Sunday might be about for them in terms of their experience. Can you talk a little bit about Sunday and your vision for the workshop?
Yes,
Thank you.
it'll take both of us to really describe it
Sure.
and
Sure.
just to speak of it accurately.
Yeah.
To begin with, I'd like to backtrack just a little bit.
Sure, buddy.
And in the journey that we take as a soul, because we are soul. We don't have a soul. We are soul.
Amen.
As we go into the journey of incarnation, what we do is that we project our soul, we project a part of the consciousness of our soul into a lifetime, into a life.
Okay.
And choosing whatever it is that we wish to choose. It may be to experience something, it may be because we want to learn how to master something, whatever it might be. And knowing that we have almost an infinite number of incarnations that are all happening in this now moment. They're always happening. There are no past lives. There are no future lives. There's just incarnations separated by timelines,
Right.
which is artificial to keep us in any one lifetime from going crazy, as they all bleed into each other.
Right.
So they get separated out. And on that, in the course of that journey, we make choices. And if we have made enough choices that are similar or even identical in all of the incarnations that we're in,
Right.
that creates a momentum, because this is like the very point. The life that we're in right now, this is the center right now. And so it produces a momentum or a trajectory that we're on. And it may not be something that is overall beneficial to us.
Right.
It could be, but it might not be.
Yeah.
And within all of those lives, there is an intersection where these points, these choice points, connect. You could phrase it as a crossroads, where there are possibilities that maybe we could make a different choice.
And
Right.
and when we over and over every lifetime, we making the same choice, and right now it's all this time construction and everything is dissolving, and because of that, we have every moment this new choice points that we can release all this energy in every moment right now.
Right.
And this in this denser realities, when we were really involved with this time construct, we had this certain momentum, as David also, certain time when we had this opportunity to change this energy in this vector point that we created through many lifetimes, and release all this energy. But when we didn't, that it's like crossroad, when we can choose different direction. But if we didn't, we amplify this energy. If we did a similar choice, we amplified this energy, and we were in this loop. We did over and over many lifetimes the same choices, and there was still the same lessons, the same energy, and right now also many of us feeling how this energy like bleeding from this different vector point choice points, that we should release that, and we can release that in this now moment. And what we do in this class, we connecting with this vector points in this now moment, and we're making different choice.
Beautiful.
And we're connecting the very core, the very reason, the very first moment, the very first lifetime when we created that, and we're releasing all the energy through all these lifetimes. And the more the energy is amplified there, the more we made the same choices. There is this pattern,
Right.
and this is why we behave in certain way, why we have certain beliefs, and there is also sometimes some health conditions that related to that, because it's creating these miasms.
Right.
And and when this energy is not released, and for example, when we have in our family lives this similar energies in father family life and in mother family line, and when they are right now connected, this like vector points, they're creating this new miasms, and they can be some kind of new health condition that children have, and this is how it's the energy have been I don't know how it's in English right now.
Working
How we projected this energy through many lifetimes and through our family lines, and
right, expressing itself. Yeah.
yes.
It's a generational miasm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
all of those choice points that where we made a choice that whatever it is, it doesn't matter, large or small, that is not in alignment with the original intent of our soul in each of those incarnations.
Right.
It creates a distortion.
Right.
And within that distortion is contained, but we can't feel it because it's a distortion, is contained the original intent that our soul had in going into that lifetime. And that intent contained in that distortion is light. And what happens is that as all of the amplification that goes on between all of those lives, they all have a reference point in our body here, now, in this lifetime.
Right.
In other words, there is a place within us that resonates with all of the other lifetimes that we have, where there is a trapped distortion, meaning we can't feel it, and contained within that distortion is light that is trapped, meaning
Okay.
it can't come out because we can't feel it. It's contained within the distortion that is going on. And this particular meditation, it is so incredibly powerful in that it is able to go in and begin to connect the choice points that we have, no matter how many lifetimes we're talking about. It's able to begin to connect them. And when 2 points come together, they neutralize each other, they negate each other. The distortion releases or dissolves is a more accurate word. And as it dissolves, the light that is contained inside of it is released. And now, as that continues to happen, that light moves to our heart and adds to the quotient of light that each one of us are able to express. And this is, I don't often use words like this. This is huge, the implications for all of us, because it carries the potential to completely change the momentum, the trajectory that our life has been running on, that is almost like autopilot.
Yeah.
And just completely let it go and let your true being begin to emerge. If you've ever seen videos or pictures of demonstrations of what a chain reaction, an atomic chain reaction is like, people have produced videos where they take a mousetrap and set it and put a ping pong ball on it. And then they set thousands of those mousetraps with ping pong balls in. And then they toss in just one ping pong ball and everything explodes all at once. Just this immense chain reaction.
Yeah.
This meditation has the potential to do that same thing with each one of us. As the connections within us are released, as the distortions within us in all of our lives are dissolved, and the light is released, and it comes to us here as the focal point of everything right now.
Mhm.
And when David spoke about distortions and the choices, that when we did the choices that wasn't for our highest good, and
Right.
these choices have been fear-based. So why this distortion have been created? Because the choices haven't been love-based but fear-based, and it's always creating this like filters. And every lifetime there is, if you can imagine, there is one distortion to another, and they're a little bit different, and but they always trap this original energy, which is love. And this is why many of us still feeling that in some in our everyday life experiences, or sometimes we feel that even we feel this really expansive states of consciousness, we in some part of our consciousness still feels a little bit like trapped, or we still sometimes feel this confusing feeling or fear, or that we are not fully tapped into our true potential, or this is all but related to that there is still parts of us, there is still this energy bleeding through these points, and we feeling that, and we creating through that everyday experiences. So
And
Yeah.
one of the things that we're really, I don't know that excited about is excitement is a correct word to be able to use, but I'm excited about the potential of releasing at such a deep level, at a deep multidimensional, multi-lifetime level, the energy that has been repressed within us because it's not been able to come to the surface and be able to release and let go. It carries within it the potential to completely change one's life.
Right.
And by that I mean, if you have a multi-generational illness or condition, I mean, we're not saying that anybody that comes to this class is going to be healed, but because there's still more integration work to be able to do that is outside of the purview of this particular class. But it carries with it the potential of releasing all of those pieces of us that are holding us and holding us in essence in a specific pattern that we don't know how to get out of. And if all of a sudden, if the foundation of all of that, all of those patterns is just gone, I can't speak for her. I honestly don't know what the possibilities are here. Just in terms of what it feels like inside of me is that anything is possible.
Yeah.
Anything is possible. It's possible to make a quantum leap forward. And I don't even know that forward is an appropriate word to be able to use, but to move into a place completely free from all of our old influences, because these are all self-created by us, and there is no judgment in any of this. There can't be any judgment around it. It's just releasing an old pattern.
Yeah.
And this is all related to these conditions that we put to ourselves and to our consciousness to allow that we are. So by releasing these conditions, it's and the time is also that creating this feeling of separation. And when these vector points are connected and released all this energy, and at the same time also these time veils are down, and we also can connect and integrate our future self and release also our past self, even there is no future or past, but and then when we're releasing this, when the veil is down, we also integrating this trapped energy from our past self, and all these beautiful gifts that have been trapped in this distortion, or this dense energy have been surrounding them, and all this light that released, they're always really really beautiful gifts.
Lovely.
And this is like our past and future self merging together, and they creating something totally new.
Right.
And we have been played with that for a while with David, and what I experienced when we did that in the night, I saw many visions of my past lives and future, and how they're merging together, and there was many pictures, many visions, many different energies, and how they all blended together, and they created new patterns, new geometric shapes, and new blueprints. So it's really powerful.
Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wow. Well, thank you. That's a lot.
So
Yeah.
imagine, if you will, you're in a huge city like Los Angeles, which is almost like more freeways than anything else.
Yes. Get no argument from me.
Or driving into Chicago, where the freeways aren't 2 lanes, they're not even 10 lanes, they're like 15 or more lanes.
Right.
You're carried in the momentum of that.
Right.
And as long as you stay in those big lanes, you're not going to change the trajectory of your own, of what your life is.
Yeah.
But eventually smaller freeways begin to appear that you can move off of. And it's like dissolving all of the things that seem to keep pushing you, if you will. And pushing is not an apt word, really and truly, but have a trajectory to your life that it seems to be going on autopilot, and it doesn't seem to present an opportunity to step off, to just completely go into a space to where none of that is there anymore.
Right.
These are all of these points are just places where, although we made the best decision in that moment that we knew how to make, there is a higher decision that is possible, a higher alignment that you can realign with your soul, with why you're here. What is it that you're really here to do at a soul level, to really incarnate your high self and begin to let that come freely out to be able to share with everybody.
And when happens alignment with, or when we're making this higher choice, and this class we also it's like it is traveling. We connecting very first point when we made this decision, we changed that. We're making this higher decision, and this is a moment when this our future self, the past and future, started to merge together in this now and release all these distortions, all these energies, and it influences our emotional connection, emotional body, spiritual body, mental body. And when we spoke about that losing our mind, this has been part of this when we have been played with David with these points, with these vector points now, and it have been amplified. It have been gone for years, of course, it's losing our mind, that identities, but now it have been really amplified, and because our human mind is conditions what we have put to our human mind, or what our human minds have, it's always related to also to these connections. And when we're starting to release this connection, our human mind is starting to dissolve into cosmic mind. There is no separation and feeling of separation anymore, because these conditions creating this feeling of separation, and when they released, then we're starting to connect more deeply with our true self, with our core self, and with this cosmic mind, this cosmic heart.
Right.
And remember, as those choice points that have become distortions release, dissolve, it releases the light that's in them. That light returns to your heart. Here and now in this incarnation. And it only adds to the light that is already in your heart. And going deeper into it, you discover that there is a diamond sun that is in your heart, and it begins to shine brighter and brighter and brighter. It begins to amplify the love that you really are. It begins to amplify and bring through deeper and deeper and deeper your true connection to Source, as Source.
And this light that have been trapped, this is your true potential. The more you release that, the more you start to feel that, the more you start to remember that. And the more you start to feel this freedom, it's it's really hard to put that into words, how it feels. It's freedom beyond anything what we experience.
It feels free.
Yeah. And if you think about our biggest fears, what we have as human beings, it's one of the biggest fears are that we're not loved. And it's related to that we always thinking about what other people thinking about us. But this is distortion, this is reversed, and now we will reverse that. So we always starting to first feel how I feel, how it feels within my heart, and then we feel this outer reflection of that what we already know. So
yeah, very good.
As always happens in interviews like this.
Yeah.
Whether it's with you, Lou, which is always amazingly wonderful to be with.
Thank you.
Or whether it's somebody else, when we are specifically talking about a class or an offering that we are going to be offering soon. there is an energy that is generated because people have agreements with us energetically, spiritually, as souls, that they will come. They will come to the class. And it doesn't matter if they come physically, it doesn't matter if they register for the class, they still have an agreement. And in maybe the last 10 minutes or so, I've just been almost overcome with the presence of all of these beings that, even though they're not signed up to come to the class, they're already partaking in what this transmission is, because the transmission is fully coming through right now.
Yeah, I've been feeling it too. Yeah.
I know you have, so I just wanted to comment on that, because I don't think I've ever commented, or we've ever commented on the presence of everybody non-physically being present in this moment and receiving the transmission, because it's freely available to anybody and everybody. They always are.
And the transmission, we are the transmission. The more we are connected with our true essence, it's every word, everything that we do, everything that we share. And even when we don't share anything with our words, just the transmission is just our beingness also. There is constant transmission, and we all are this transmission. It's just the vibration is changing time to time. Sometimes we transmitting a little bit lower energies, sometimes higher energies, but the transmission is always there.
Yes.
Everybody doing that. Everybody.
Yeah.
It depends just about energies, what we're transmitting.
It's very good.
So in relation to what I just shared, you may notice that sometimes it looks like I'm yawning, but I'm not really. It's not a yawning, because I'm certainly not tired. It's just a little after 2:00 here now. It's when there is the presence of a lot of beings that are connecting with the transmission. When I yawn, it's a way of releasing that energy, because it's not mine.
Yeah.
It's flowing through me, but it's not mine. It's my way of letting it go.
Yeah, I've been going in and out of consciousness for the last 10 minutes myself,
We can feel you.
Yeah, you can see it on my face. Yeah. Well, would you like to leave us with a more direct experience of that, either of you, as we come down the home stretch?
Yes, definitely. What do you want?
I always look to her.
Smart man.
I look to you.
Yeah.
So we always look at each other.
Yes.
It's have been, yes, because we are already all of us have ability to speak heart language. We just forgot that. This is most ancient language, is heart language. Okay. And what we do with David when we look at each other, we already know what he wanted to say. And sometimes I saying that aloud, sometimes he's saying that aloud. So this is what we do with speaking heart language. And this is what we're starting to remember, all of us, more and more. In our groups, we all speaking also heart language. Even when we don't do that verbally, we still are connected, and we still understand, see, and hear each other in such a deep level, much more deeper level than just our human mind comprehends. So,
And Lou, you also know that when you get taken out, all that's happening is that momentarily your brain is being taken offline.
Yeah.
So you can receive the transmission energetically deeper.
Yes.
And then later on, when you are able to view the incredible technology that you're using right now to record this,
Yes. Amazing.
then you'll be able to experience it in through your brain
Hmm.
without being taken out.
Okay.
We're quite comfortable. We're quite comfortable being taken out ourselves, and we're also very comfortable when people get taken out during the transmissions. It's not anything to worry about. It just means your brain's been taken offline for a little while.
it's a part of losing our mind. We're training that. Losing our mind, and then one point we're starting to be more and more conscious. It doesn't feel anymore that we're going to sleep, and we fully aware, and this is only good thing when you go so deep.
Yes. Wonderful. I agree.
So if you think we're crazy, my only response to that is yes. Isn't it cool?
Yeah. Join the party.
This is a human perspective to that, because it's it's really reversed that we experiencing in higher realms, and from higher perspective, it's really different.
Yeah. I mean, you're both saying it very beautifully. I would just say, what you were saying earlier, David, about the light that's lost within us, needs to be energetically supported so that it can, the darkness leaves, the light returns, or the light expresses itself, because the darkness is not blocking it any longer, of the genetic line of families and karma, and all the things that we've been learning about and working through. So yeah, it's as we know, this is a unique time unlike anything we've ever experienced. And as we were saying before we got on here, things are really intensifying. So again, my friends, I'm just so blessed to, whatever the technology and however this turns out, you filled my cup again today, and I'm very grateful to you both. So thank you.
So your body is a portal of light. It just needs to be released from inside all of your cells. And that is not just your incarnation here, that's in all of your incarnations. And that's the whole point of this class, of this offering.
Wonderful.
Yeah, and it's about this new toolbox also that we're opening up,
Right.
our inner chalice, and there is immense amount of new tools and new techniques that opening up, and how with them we can help and assist not only ourselves but also others. This is what's available right now. It's amazing, and this class is one tool, or this technique is one tool from this toolbox.
Yeah. Beautiful. Well, thank you. Do you want to, let's finish up here. Do you want to do a light language or channeling or whatever you like? Grateful for your time.
We don't channel.
Okay, then.
We are the transmission that comes through us.
As you like it.
Do you want to do some light?
Okay. And even when I share love light, David is always part of that, because it's
like I said, we are the transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
And
fantastic.
when she shares, when she shares light. It is just a pure expression than the words that I use. And the words that I use are the transmission. When she speaks light, it's just closer to the source, hasn't been stepped down in frequency.
It includes the primordial key codes and sounds, and simultaneously also David sharing them, and I speak light. So.
It's true.
Great. Thank you.
Just feel your infinite heart, the depth of your heart, the very core of yourself, and feel this divine truth about yourself, who you truly are. This remembrance, this combination of light and sound. Siretukana hatenku, shinutukirena kusukumuhutana ketukamakate. Amataketa rata surui hatamekushinrata kasangatamakekam. Iiretu kurunuksingatateneet. Hurutuki kimat tinga kumushukun. Hurunairekengrat. Riruarete kerejuarete kasangaretu shinatu. Feel this expansion in your heart. Feel how your heart releasing all limitations, everything that somehow limits your heart, and feel how simultaneously your mind is expanding and releasing the limitations. Feel how your mind and heart connecting more deeply as one. Risureke ennukanne kanneke sukinamukumu. Itureke tukunde tutuki kimahete kaimake kaseketuke. Shinasangata tatane tatai. Hirete kirohunne te kanakunga sungutamaku hushung. Shungut sengite ketukuna kunge kamate kamaketa kawata. Feel the presence of Divine Mother, Gaia Sophia. Feel this infinite connection between you and Mother Earth. And feel how you are fully grounded, and not only grounded, how you are one with Gaia. One heart, one mind, unity with all creation. Blessings. Blessings.
Thank you. Wonderful. Thank you both. Okay, we did it. So tell us the information one more time, last time, about Sunday, David, if you would.
You can register at our website, which is in transition, but it's theedentemplate.com.
Right. And it's Sunday.
It begins Sunday at 9 a.m. Pacific in the U.S., or noon Eastern, or 6 p.m. in Central European time.
Right, which is 5 for us in Ireland and England.
Mm-hmm. And
perfect.
You can literally register right up till almost the last second, because as soon as you register, you will see on your screen the Zoom link and the username and password to be able to join. You won't have to wait for the email to arrive.
Great. Great. Well done.
and let me also just say that we fully entered the eclipse windows, the spring eclipse windows. This Friday is a full moon eclipse.
Right.
We're also going into retrograde Mercury, which is both combined is super potent to do inner work, to do releasing work, to let go, and just feel into the symbolism of a full eclipse, of a full lunar eclipse, that all of a sudden everything disappears and it returns brand new, comes out entirely different.
Yeah.
And even though the class will be on Sunday, we'll still be in the eclipse window energetically.
Sure. Beautiful. Beautiful.
And
well, wonderful. Thank you. Yeah.
If you feel a resonance, we look forward to sharing with you.
Thank you both.
And it's been wonderful to be in stillness and share that stillness with you, Lou.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Viivika. I love you both. I will put the word out again, and we'll share this, and we'll meet again very soon. I'll see you Sunday.
And I'm so glad that you have this enhanced technology available to you to record this. I'm teasing, I'm laughing.
Yes, you are. You're doing fine.
We discovered right at the very beginning that Lou couldn't record this and be on Facebook at the same time.
Right.
We really great you did that. Let you record it. Thank you.
My pleasure. My pleasure, honey. Okay. I love you both. I'll see you Sunday. Talk to you soon, my friends. Thanks again.
Thank you, Lou.
Okay, guys.
Blessings.
Peace and blessings.